here, bros?
The reason why I came to 343.
Okay, let me think about that.
I know the answer to this.
Well, I'd be lying if I said I didn't come here for Halo.
The idea of being able to play a part in defining the future of the Halo universe was exciting and terrifying at the same time.
I came from feature animations, so to move to games seemed to be like the perfect fit.
Everyone comes here from a successful career somewhere else.
And the first game that I worked on in a production capacity, I believe it was PGA Tour 97 or something, one of the numbers. No, 96, I don't remember. It was a golf game.
This ball is headed for the rough.
We're the only studio in the world trying to do something quite as crazy as what we're trying to do, in that we've brought all these people from around the world who've never worked together before, put them all in one giant room and give them one of the world's biggest gaming franchises and tell them to go make it.
We're going to collect about a couple hundred basically strangers from all over the industry. We're going to put them in a room and, oh yeah, you guys are making the next Halo game. On paper, it's craziness.
Brought in these amazing, talented people to make a game, but they've never worked together before. They're working with new ingredients in a kitchen they're not familiar with.
We really built the team that I want to work with for the rest of my life.
Best team I've ever worked with.
So for me, one of the biggest reasons to come to 343 was that I could work on a video game my parents had actually heard of.
It's a little surreal at first, and it's definitely scary, because I mean, it's like no pressure or anything.
Every single person who came to work here because they wanted to work on Halo. Everybody who showed up for an interview at 343 Industries over the years was a Halo fan. That's why they came to work there. They wanted to work on Halo.
People won't come here just to work on Halo. They'll come here just to work for 343.
And we have aspirations to become the best game studio in the world, and I think that is essentially what we're constantly working towards and aiming towards, that I think drives all of us towards success.
We've got Frank O'Connor from 343 Studios, the franchise director. So Halo is back in a big way. Frank, let's talk about Halo 4.
We're trying to make it innovative, we're trying to make it accessible.
It's got to grow and evolve beyond just an incredibly balanced suite of mechanics. It's got to speak to fantasy and what people want and what they expect.
We had to break everything down to line-by-line evaluation of our current scripts and redefine that core loop to not make it like Halo 2 or like Halo 3 or something in the middle, but make it Halo 4.
We're working within the constraints of what makes Halo Halo, but trying to make every aspect of it bigger and better.
Take it forward and evolve it.
Fresh and different. What are the things that we want to do differently?
Different things.
A new direction.
Huge game-changing things.
Every system you can think of is either being radically overhauled or rewritten from the ground up. So it's, at this point, barely recognizable, but it still feels like Halo.
And it's been so different, it's been so changed. They just keep changing it, they keep moving forward, they keep adapting and bringing in other parts of different games that have been successful in competitive play.
But a lot of things that are a little bit different and a lot of things that are completely new.
It's the risks that we're taking with the new stuff that we'll have to take a wait-and-see approach to and hope that people love them as much as we do internally.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Call of Duty.
We want to give players the power to choose which weapons they take in. People have their own personal favorites.
It's a growth system in that you're unlocking customizations for your character, you're unlocking new weapons and abilities.
Armor abilities and armor mods, which are sort of under the hood modifications to your armor that give you abilities, give you passive changes.
You're getting rewarded for teamwork, your style, your kills, your assists, the objectives you complete. Once your ordnance meter fills up, UNSC Infinity gives you 3 rewards you can choose from. Those are going to be power weapons, power-ups, or grenades, and you can call them down right to you.
Kill streaks. We've added what we're calling a situational record.
That's a replay of the person that just killed you and how they killed you. Just adds a bit more information for players.
No! 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 Oh my God!
Halo has been around for longer than a decade now. It's got a formula that's already extremely popular with fans. Do you worry that some of the changes, some of the bold changes that you've made to both single player and multiplayer might put some people off?
Yes. These are the decisions that we think are right, and these are the things that we've tried, and we've tested, and we've honed, and we've tuned, and they are fun, and people are going to be scared of change, and they're going to be scared of evolution. They always are.
We're really feeling great about the vision that we have for Halo 4, but it's going to be up to the fans to play the game and tell us what they think.
Alright, I'd love to see you do it. Alright, get and it just broke like that. That was easy. Great job. Great job. Okay. See this piece of shit game.
This piece of shit multiplayer, this fucking stupid game multiplayer, you've got no brain. You have to be a fanboy to like this shit.
It's terrible. It's just not a Halo.
Not to mention Halo 4, or as I like to call that one, the Call of Duty expansion for Halo.
Halo 4 sucks ass, okay? It sucks.
Chaotic, run-and-gun arcade experience full of randomness.
Even with Halo 4, and don't even get me started on how fucked up Halo 4 was. Jetpacks, speed boosts, thruster packs.
It's very similar to Call of Duty, the playstyle. This is the first Halo that has perks and lets you choose your weapons that you load out with and this and that.
Halo 4 has terrible multiplayer. Again, easily the worst in the entire franchise. It's full of redundant weapons, it's incredibly unbalanced, it has too many overpowered power weapons, it's got bland and unmemorable maps.
The game is already dead. The game, you got people trading it in. When it first came out, it was hot. Then the game quickly just fell off real hard, man.
I love it. I love the loadouts. I've only had 5 minutes to play Halo 4, and I'm totally addicted. I can't wait to get this game, and I can't wait to play on Xbox Live. Dave, thank you so much. And it will be the game that I'm playing non-stop, okay? I am playing this thing 15 hours a day.
Look, the population. I mean, this is not even 4,000. Not even close to 4,000.
So much variation at all levels of the game that make it infinitely replayable.
People play it and they say, man, that's great, I just want one more game, and another one, and just keep going. One more game, and another one, and just keep going.
6 months, most of the original players have jumped ship, leaving Halo 4 with fewer players now than Halo Reach had half a year into its own life cycle. Now,
The idea of knitting together the narrative and this gameplay experience was the genesis of where Spartan Ops came from.
Spartan Ops will be one of those pinnacle moments for us in the franchise of creating new expectation for gamers and really delighting people with just great new functionality.
We're called Spartan Ops, which is basically a glorified version of Spec Ops from Call of Duty.
There's no scoring system or much other excuse to go back and play each episode more than once, unlike the firefight mode that this takes the place of.
There's a cutscene in front of the mission, but they release new episodes every week, I guess they're going to be doing, but it was pointless to me. I mean, it was like this half-ass cutscene, and then you do this half-ass mission that I didn't even care nothing about, okay?
To me, that's the most fun thing, is seeing people play it, enjoy it, and have fun. And you know it just started with that single spark, that single sentence from one designer to another.
Ladies and gentlemen, from 343 Industries, Bonnie Ross.
And so, on November 11th, 2014, for the first time ever, you can play the entire Master Chief Saga on a single console, the Xbox One, with Halo, the Master Chief Collection.
Exactly as it shipped 10 years ago.
Retelling Chief's entire legendary tale, precisely the way you remembered it.
dedicated servers.
Oh shit! God damn it, dude. Alright, dude, we win. Fuck this. Broken ass game. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. We just won. GG. Good game, guys.
I love you too.
It's been 20 minutes. 20 minutes of searching. Nothing.
1 week later.
Why can't I get a match? It's been a week later. And this game still ain't fucking working, bro.
2 weeks later.
I just got done trying to play a little bit of Halo, the Master Chief Collection, after 2 weeks after release, and I still can't do it. So this video is going out to 343 Industries, or as I'm now calling them, Error 37 Industries, because your game doesn't friggin' work!
Many months later.
Halo the Master Chief Collection launched in November of last year. Okay? It is now April of 2015. And to this day, if you try to play a match online, there is still connectivity issues. Connectivity issues to the point that 343 had to cancel Cup 1 in the second season of the official Halo Championship Series.
There is not a single title on this entire disc that's working to form right now. Not a single title. That's the 343 guarantee. Is when they release a game, the shit is gonna suck and it's not gonna work. Halo 4 Master Chief Collection.
2,000 years later.
Fans have been really open about maybe what we haven't been. You know, I think that we think about MCC a lot. We think about what we should be doing or not doing, but we're not really communicating to the audience or to our community. And I think you've done a great job at highlighting that. And so, yeah, now is the time to talk about MCC. We've got a team right now that's already working on moving MCC forward, and we're partnering with another external team. But one of the things that we're going to try and do is have a much more open dialogue with the community, and flagging is going to be part of that. So probably sometime next spring, you'll start to see the latest builds of MCC, and I hope you guys will help us out and give us some perspective on what's going on.
Awesome. Well, we'll of course have a lot more information and all the details as we get a little closer and those plans get baked, but great news for MCC fans to look forward to early next year.
That opened the Xbox press conference, Halo 5 Guardians, and joining us are creative director Josh Holmes and design director Kevin Franklin. Guys, congratulations. The campaign has been shown for the first time ever, and you picked a Commander Locke level, right?
You know, we're introducing Spartan Locke as a new protagonist, and he's new to Halo fans, and those fans have grown to know and love Chief. This is a story that focuses on the Chief, but we use Locke as an important lens to look at the Chief and examine him more closely.
Former Agent Locke, now Spartan Locke, has been tasked, along with the other members of Team Osiris, to hunt down the Chief.
Right.
And you've seen little hints of that in our Hunt the Truth campaign.
Yeah.
But at this stage in the game, which is sort of heading towards the middle of the game, the Chief is AWOL, and he is the #1 task for them to solve.
When he recruits others to join him, the only thing worse than losing a hero is watching him turn against us.
Chief is labeled as a traitor, yes, and Locke's got to go hunt him down. He's never labeled as a traitor. He's just, well, you'll play the game for yourself.
You'll find out.
But
it's not as extreme as that at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, for me, it's disappointing because I wanted that story. I wanted the antagonistic story. I wanted to be playing a Locke who has to hunt down a character that I'm also playing, and bouncing back and forth between that seemed really interesting.
Hey, why did you market Halo 5 as if there is going to be this epic fight between Locke and Master Chief? Why is it marketed like that when at no point is there a boss battle of Spartan on Spartan action? How awesome would it have been if you were playing as Locke and you had to fight Master Chief and it was like a fucking boss battle against Master Chief? Holy shit, that would blow people's minds. No, instead, there's a single cinematic where they punch each other a few times that's non-interactive. Yet they market the game as if there's gonna be some big fucking revelation, some big fucking fight, and there's no big fucking fight. So shut your fucking mouths!
And not the one who gave us this. As our savior, and not our betrayer. Let us see him forever as you, and not as you. All hail the conquering hero. The one who was supposed to save us all. But now I must save us from you.
There's a lot that's going to happen within the story. I mean, this is the biggest story that we've ever told. We wanted to tell a truly galactic scale story.
Right.
Epic worlds, epic battles, epic scale. This is Halo 5 Guardians.
While an infographic has revealed that Halo 5's 15-mission campaign will take around 8 to 12 hours.
And we still finished it in 4 hours and 30 minutes. The point is, it's one of among the most shortest Halos campaigns that's out there. You can even check the, average game length. There's a website where you can check average game length, and it is among the shortest.
So everything that we're doing is about trying to bring innovative new experiences that take advantage of Xbox One and showcase the unique capabilities of that experience.
For those of you that have been in a platform transition, it's not easy.
That changes a lot of things. It changes your technology, your tools, your pipeline.
We didn't want to do things that kind of fit into the mold of existing Halo.
But it's mostly opportunistic.
It was more, what can we do to continue to evolve the franchise?
I think the biggest question that Halo asks when someone grabs a controller and starts playing it is,
The f gonna take out split screen from Halo!
You thought split-screen multiplayer was dying. 343 Industries might have just hammered the final nail in the couch co-op coffin. The next game in the Halo series, a series known for its split-screen multiplayer, will not have any split screen.
But the quote here is a little bit dramatic from Josh Holmes. The decision to remove split-screen support from Halo 5 Guardians was one of the most difficult ones we've ever had to make at a studio.
Hey guys, should we have Kix or Chex Mix in the studio for snacks? I don't know. Let's have a company-wide meeting and maybe we'll
Sophie's choice.
Just, you know what? Let's have both and cut split screen from Halo 5. Whoa, we did it!
Even when people don't have a co-op partner to play with, we're putting the extra Spartans in there.
They're a well-integrated part of the sandbox.
They'll play the game along with you, they'll fight with you, they'll revive you if you go down. Revive's a new mechanic in Halo 5.
I need support. Need a hand here. I'm down.
It's a balancing trick because you don't want the Musketeers to be too effective. You don't want a player to be running around exploring the new Halo world and then the Musketeers kill everything. We still want the player to feel like the hero.
Get in that vehicle. Move over to that spot.
You see this too?
Attack that enemy.
Take that target. On the ground.
Pick up that weapon.
Changing tactic.
Pick up that weapon.
Copy that, Locke.
Someone take that weapon. En route.
Check your sight line!
Take this, Spartan.
Copy.
Pick up that weapon.
Copy.
Pick up this weapon.
Roger.
Take this weapon.
Copy that.
Someone take that weapon.
Roger.
Take this weapon.
It's huge. It's super ambitious and big and crazy, but it's like half of what we started with. You can do it once. You can do that crazy Halo 4 thing once, but you don't want to repeat that. You want to get better and better at making a Halo game.
Round one.
Spartan abilities, you know, it's an evolution of
Halo multiplayer and just the abilities, right? Like you saw a glimpse of them in Halo Reach, the armor abilities, and then Halo 4, the armor abilities, and now we have Spartan abilities.
What's going to make Halo feel fresh again? How much do you risk alienating the community that brought you this far? Well, Spartan abilities are just some of the features 343 delivered in Halo 5 Guardians to answer these questions, and they were the focus of my responsibility throughout the project's duration.
You see Chief coming down out of orbit, hitting the ground and doing all of that stuff. We want to bring that into the gameplay itself.
You want to make the mechanics that enable the most cool stories to happen.
You can make the player feel really powerful, or you can make the guns feel really powerful.
In typical Halo, you have the already awesome sandbox of the weapon, the melee, and the grenade. We wanted to add these Spartan abilities in as a fourth layer that everyone has, so it's equal footing.
We have to make sure that Halo remains Halo. We've got a very vocal, dedicated fan base that's extremely important to 343 in the franchise. We can't change Halo so much that these players feel like strangers to the game. Ultimately, this demands that we don't overwhelm the player with new actions in an already crowded player decision-making space.
We have all these different movement abilities. It changes all our metrics, our jump metrics, distance. It changes the flow of combat.
That's where Spartan abilities really came online, where it was like, what about movement? What about the suit?
What might end up being one of the most sort of overarching abilities is thruster pack ability. You have these little retro rockets built into your Spartan armor. It actually enhances the thing we call the ground pound, which is dashing down on the ground and creating this kind of shockwave splash effect.
If you reach terminal velocity with sprint, you'll get an indication, and if you hit crouch during that time, you'll launch into a slide. You can slide into cover more quickly. You can slide into a kill with a shotgun.
You hit your melee button, you just bash through anyone.
Yo, someone just straight up spawned behind me. Who was that?
Yo!
No
Oh my
way.
god, that was so sick.
Spartan Charge is a thruster-powered melee attack after all. Also, it's reminiscent of Destiny's ability execution. The thing I would say there is if you can leverage success found in other games, do it. I wouldn't advocate stealing for the sake of stealing, but usually it's at least worth trying to see how it feels, and maybe you can find ways to improve upon it in the process.
There's really satisfying things like just about making a jump and hitting the clamber button at the last second and making it the way you felt like you should have made it.
Like there are people that love Sprint and there are people that just feel like Sprint has no place in Halo. And so for us, it was about how do we balance that? How do we counter that?
We've connected it to your shields, so while you're sprinting, your shields don't recharge.
If they keep running, their shields will never come back up and somebody else is going to take them down. I think that balance is really interesting.
Every weapon now has a zoom in.
Holographic image comes up, it's all slick.
One significant Spartan ability was lost in the end. Here's a pretty simple previs showing proof we pursued and subsequently cut a boost jump. Nothing fancy here, pretty straightforward. We've seen this in other games.
Jump kits extend your natural jumping ability. You can jump once more after leaving the ground.
Nothing fancy here, pretty straightforward. We've seen this in other games. So let's take a quick look at the Spartan in Halo 5. And if it's been a really long time, I should remind you that the Spartan is a playable character in the Halo franchise. All right, hopefully y'all are awake now after that one. And hopefully that was a quick refresher of what the Spartan is and what form they took in Halo 5 Guardians.
Yes, this all looks new and a little frightening. Today we're talking about the Halo 5 Guardians Rex system, which is also new, but not frightening.
In his forehead just like jut out, and there's just like this gap, like he just
got hit right in the middle of his face, and it just like morphed in, and it never fixed itself.
Is theater mode coming back for Halo 5?
Absolutely, and in a much bigger way. Now that we're running on dedicated servers, we can actually write your theater replay file to a server and access it live. So we have live spectate mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Really?
is a big improvement.
Yeah.
You're the last boots on the ground. Stop them at all costs.
Those big team battle plans on hold for Halo 5 Guardians. 343 Industries studio head Josh Holmes has revealed that the traditional multiplayer mode won't be available at launch for the Xbox One exclusive.
Halo 5 doesn't have nearly as much content as you think it does. In fact, if you really break it down and examine it, the amount of content it has is borderline depressing.
No real studio-developed launch maps, no infection, cough, assault, and other variants, a broken theater mode, lack of carnage report, and gimped customization settings, and I could literally go on and on and on.
The bar was so high and nobody believed that we could do it, and so it was kind of up to us to prove everybody wrong.
Halo 5 Guardians, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and the Star Wars Battlefront were among the games that the retailer called out for selling below expectations.
During today's earnings call, GameStop CEO Paul Raines revealed to investors that both Halo 5 Guardians and Assassin's Creed Syndicate sold below expectations.
Halo 5 has the lowest sales in the main series.
The question is, why is Microsoft being so coy about releasing actual sales numbers? Typically, we expect a hard number, like it sold 8 million, and that's great. The easy jump to conclusion answer is that Halo 5 didn't actually sell all that well, so they had to kind of cajole all of the numbers to invent a new record to break, so they could say Halo 5 is the best it's ever been.
We had to earn the right to carry that Halo mantle.
Anyone can get lucky once. This is our sophomore effort. This is where we prove it, whether we can really pull Halo off.
Realize that I critique the game because I love the game. I want it to be better. And if you sit there and suck the game's cock all day long and fondle its balls, then they're gonna give you the same shit over and over. If you don't say, hey, I know you guys can do better. Hey, I don't like this particular system. Hey, why did you take out split screen? Hey, why is this the shortest Halo campaign of all the Halos? Hey, why is there a cliffhanger ending that's not satisfying at all? Hey, why do we play as Locke for 9 missions? 3 missions is you just walk around and talk to people, and the other 3 missions you play as Master Chief. Realize that you critique a game because you love a game. I love gaming. You want to sit there and suck the dick of Microsoft all day long? That's your business. That's all I got to say about that.